I'll say stop. Forget New Year resolutions. New Year resolutions are not the most effective approach for personal transformation. This is the time of the year that most of you are setting New Year's resolution. But before you do that, I'll say stop. Forget New Year resolutions. New Year resolutions are not the most effective approach for personal transformation. 92% of people who set New Year resolutions this week will have abandoned those resolutions by April of next year. Not an effective approach for personal transformation at all. There are several reasons why New Year resolutions are horrible. There's several reasons why they do not work. Here are a few. New Year resolutions, for example, are usually very vague. By next year, I don't want to be broke. By next year, I don't want to be sick. Very vague. Vague things do not have power to them. Secondly, they may also be ineffective because they are coming from what you do not want. You're focusing more on what you do not want in your life rather than focusing on what you truly want in your life. That's a difference between the two. When you say, I don't want this, you end up focusing on what you don't want and you get more of what you do want. But when you craft a dream based on your truest desire, it's more powerful than running away from things that you do not want. And most New Year resolutions are based on things we do not want. The New Year resolutions are typically not compelling enough. They do not have enough power in it to drag you forward through the months and the days that you will not feel like doing anything. Okay? You need something that is compelling enough that will drag you through the days that when you do not want to do anything. Okay? New Year resolutions are not that. They also are like traditions. They are something obligatory. You have to do them. Everybody is doing them. Everyone is asking you, what's your New Year resolution? Did you set one? They really seem that when I think about resolution, my first thought about resolution really goes back to conferences and meetings. When you're ending a conference, you have to come up with resolutions. This is the decisions that we made through our deliberations, okay? So they're almost obligatory. They're a way to end the year. And because they're obligatory, they do not pack personal power to them to really change your life, because you want to do them to be able to have something to say to someone, or because everyone is doing it. When you do things because everyone is doing it, it does not have enough power. Another thing about reason that New Year resolutions are not working is because it is simply a part of a whole system of personal transformation. Yes, resolutions are important for change, but they alone, working alone, New Year resolutions are unable to affect personal change in your life. It's like just sitting on the steering wheel and expecting the steering wheel to get you to your destination. No, you need a system of other parts that work together to form the vehicle that will take you where you need to go. So stop using New Year resolution alone. Forget about New Year resolution alone. What I want you to actually switch to and deploy this year is an approach called designing your best year ever. That's what I want you to focus on this year. Designing your best year ever will really integrate personal strategic planning and help you, empower you to hit your goals in this year. Now, what is that approach, designing your best year ever? Designing your best year ever is simply thinking about your best life. What is your best life? When you turn 110, when you turn 96, your last birthday, when people stand up to pay tribute to you or to sing your praises, to recognize and acknowledge who you are and what you've accomplished, what would you want them to say What would you want them to say? What kind of person would you want them to say that you were? What kind of achievement would you want them to say that you achieved? What kind of impact would you want them to say that you made? What kind of a life would you want those people to say that you live? That and it's important. I didn't say what would they say, but what would you want them to say? Now, what you truly want for them to say, when you write that down, that is actually the life that you truly want to live. That is your best life. Okay? The life that encompasses that when you get to that ripe old age and you look back on your life, you can smile and say, I lived a really good life. Now that is your best life. Now, what designing your best year ever does is it connects that vision of your best life. It connects it to the next 12 months in terms of what it is that what objectives and goals can you set for 2023 that will set you on your way to living the life that you envision yourself seeing at 96 when you look back on yourself and say, I lived a good life. So I'll say that once again, having a personal vision, overall vision for your entire life, a life that when you turn 96 or 110, however long you want to live, you will look back in retrospect and be truly fulfilled that you've lived an amazing life. And you describe that life for yourself as detailed as possible. That is the blueprint of your life. That is your best life ever. But how do you connect it back to your 50 years goal, your 25-year goal, your 10-year goal, your 5-year goal, and then your 12 months goal for the next 12 months? That is to say, what can you do? How can you do stuff in the next 12 months that will set you on the path to achieve that extraordinary, amazing life? So in the next couple of videos, I will be sharing with you ways that you can set your 12 years up, your 12 months, that you can set your next 12 months up so that those 12 months will set you up for life, to build your best life ever. We will be talking about how to design your best life, and we'll be talking about how to connect it into establishing objectives and doing strategic planning for the next 12 months so that those 12 months will set you on that trajectory. And the third thing we'll be discussing also will be talking about different aspects of the system of personal transformation that will help you achieve the objectives not only in the next 12 months, but in the years to come, so that your life can be turned into your best life ever as you plan and design your best year ever. So don't write down that resolution. What I do want you to do, however, is to like this video, share it with somebody who you think is still depending on deficient resolution. Okay? And also hit the subscribe button. Okay, I will share with you an additional video tomorrow that we're talking about designing your best life ever and connecting it to your next 12 months. Thank you.